Blame Truth here, and I just want to start smelling. Let's smell together, viewer. Let's. Oh God, do you guys smell that? You guys smell it? It smells like victory, motherfuckers. That's what it smells like. Truth be told, I got my hands on the Battlefield 6 open beta today. Unfortunately, this is not my gameplay. I had this weird issue where my NVIDIA Shadowplay said, no, you cannot record Battlefield 6. I don't know why. If someone knows what that's about, please let me know so I can fix it, because I'd really like to get that fixed and show you my gameplay. But I played some Battlefield 6 today, not as long as I'd like to, because I had to help my mom out with her water. Something's messed up there. You guys don't care about that, though. The point is, though, is that I'd like to give my first impressions, my very early impressions here about the game. But also, I have some amazing news. And maybe I should just lead right off before the real meat and potatoes and show you what I'm talking about right here, okay? Battlefield 6's player numbers are staggeringly high, and I figured this would be the case when it went full open beta on Steam, but this number is super important. Yes, it is insanely high, but when we actually compare it, we're going to see some crazy stuff here. We'll get to that in a bit. This beta is doing phenomenal. And if you are a fan of video games, if you are a fan of the FPS genre, then you should be hoping, even if you're not interested in Battlefield 6, you should be hoping that this game succeeds and does well to bring healthy competition back to this cancerous, moldy ass fucking diseased space right now. Activision have ruined the fucking FPS industry. And to be completely honest, that is from a developer perspective and a gamer perspective. But without further ado, let me stop rambling here about vague stuff and get right on in to the meat and fucking potatoes, because I got a lot I want to get off my chest. So first things first, what are my first impressions of Battlefield 6? I saw a few people in my comment section on the last video trying to gatekeep. If you go to my channel and you type in Battlefield, you will see that I have been a Battlefield player probably longer than most of you, most of the people trying to gatekeep and shit. I've been playing since Bad Company 2. Bad Company 2 is actually one of my favorite FPSs of all time, truth be told. I had so much fucking fun on that game, and I've been around here for a while. I just stopped playing after Battlefield 1. That's just how it went. I think a lot of people are in that same boat. I was looking forward to 2042, but that obviously did not work out. However, I've been around with Battlefield for quite a while, and when I played the first match of Conquest on the Battlefield 6 beta, let me just highlight the positives first off, and then I'll highlight the negatives. I want to be completely fair here. The positives: the game is beautiful. The game runs smoothly. The servers were phenomenal. Once I got through the massive queue, it took about 20 or 30 minutes. There's just so many people playing right now, and the servers are having to queue up people. The destruction. There was one particular moment where I had an RPG and I just wanted to shoot a building. You know, I was playing the engineer class and I just wanted to shoot a building with an RPG, and I did. And seeing that destruction was incredible. Let me just describe the scene, because I fortunately did not record it due to NVIDIA Shadowplay. But after doing that, I ended up killing someone, and then I ended up getting, I think, sniped or shotgun, something to that effect. My teammate grabbed me out from sort of the open and revived me while dragging me. And then once we both got up, we proceeded to get grenaded, and the wall behind us just exploded. I mean, if you've never played a Battlefield game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The immersion, it feels like you are in an actual war. The sound design, incredible. I mean, I don't think I've ever had a bad thing to say about Battlefield sound design. If you know what I'm talking about, if you have a headset or a surround sound system or something, you can back me up on that. It is truly incredible. Going through the menus, I only played one match of Conquest. It was a fairly long match, but going through the menus, I saw that they had domination on small maps and it's infantry only. And I absolutely love domination. It's my favorite FPS game mode probably ever. Maybe War from World at War. If anybody remembers that game mode, that was a fantastic one as well. But I love domination. You probably saw it a lot, me playing XDefiant and whatnot. So I'll be playing a lot of that for sure. But I like how they have both the large scale, huge map infantry and vehicle battles, and then the smaller infantry kind of game modes for Call of Duty players or Siege players or whatever. Just that smaller, more tactical kind of game mode, which will bring people in. But overall, as far as how the game runs and plays and feels, I mean, it's phenomenal. It truly is phenomenal. It feels fantastic. I have zero complaints graphically, visually, gameplay wise, but it's not all sunshine and rainbows. I do have to cover the negative. I have faith that this will get fixed though, because this is just a beta, and if we give them the feedback and they listen, there's no issues whatsoever. This is my personal feedback. It may differ quite a bit from others' feedback, but this is my personal just first impressions. And it might change the more I play, but it seems like the pump action shotgun is so strong that it probably needs to not be like a part of the assault kit. It needs to just be a primary weapon in general. I mean, it's strong, man. If you are in any CQB situation, you are going to melt people. The TTK in general feels a bit fast for a Battlefield game. Now, granted, I haven't played Battlefield since Battlefield 1, and I cut my teeth on Bad Company 2, so I prefer a longer time to kill in general. I don't know how that's changed since Battlefield 1, but the TTK does feel a bit quick. Maybe if that slowed down just a smidge, it would be better. The UI and the user interface, I am not a huge fan of. It feels like, Modern Warfare 2, just that crappy kind of horizontal UI, and the menus can be a little confusing because of that. It's definitely not the best. And really, that's about all complaint-wise I have. And that's a really fucking good sign. I think the maps, and I have been watching a lot of people's gameplays, I think the maps are absolutely gorgeous. I think that the main issue that people seem to have with them is that they're not big enough, so it's possible that there will be bigger maps for the large scale modes on the full release. I'm sure there will be, but the maps are all gorgeous. The sound design's amazing. I mean, I have no real complaints whatsoever. It's just kind of dialing things in that I have some issues with currently, but overall, though, it just feels fucking good to have a playable, passion-driven multiplayer FPS again, doesn't it? Can I get an amen if you have played and you kind of feel the same way I do? Like, it feels good to have something good again. It's felt like ages since I could say that. I mean, XDefiant, again, I love that game, but it didn't even get out of the gate because Ubisoft are dumb and poor. Like, just when it was getting good and felt like a complete game and Black Ops 6 was failing, the dumb French fucks at Ubisoft shut it down. And I'm like, is this just, are we cursed? Are FPS players cursed? Can we not get something good that sticks around? Regardless though, man, I want to cover the records that Battlefield 6 broke, and it came after Activision decided to be fucking egomaniacs, which makes it all the more sweet to deliver this. We all know Activision loves to cover up player counts and cover up actual hard numbers, but they can't cover it up on Steam. And with that, let's segue into today's sponsor before I show you what I want to talk about here. Do you know what else has been covered up? The insane health benefits of cocoa flavanols. Studies have been done to show that the flavanols in cocoa stimulate stem cells to come out of your bone marrow, like bees coming out of a beehive in your bloodstream. And they go out and find whatever needs to be repaired and fix it. Whether it's in your heart, liver, skin, whatever, it gets handled. But don't take it from me. Let me show you a clip from Brian Johnson, the billionaire biohacker spending millions to reverse aging.
The list of benefits of cocoa is really long, but just know it's good for brain health, including executive function and long-term memory, heart health, cholesterol, mood. It's a very long list. It's why it's made the cut. It's one of the best foods we eat. When you're looking to buy high quality cocoa, you want to look for several things. Pure cocoa. 2 is you want it to be undutched. 3 is you want to test it for heavy metals. And 4, you want a high flavanol count.
That's right, guys, dark chocolate, but here's the thing. Flavanols are the good stuff found in cocoa beans, but they're usually destroyed during the chocolate making process. That's where Black Forest Supplements, my sponsor, comes in. They've created the first ever high flavanol cocoa powder packed with everything your body actually needs, and it's only 20 calories. I mix it in with my coffee, my protein shakes. It tastes amazing, and it's a lot cheaper than what the Hollywood elites are spending. $50,000 on stem cell facials and IV drips and whatnot. I don't have that kind of money. I'm sure you guys don't either. Black Forest Supplements found a smarter way using cocoa flavanols to activate your body's natural repair system. I've been using this stuff myself and the results are real. No more brain fog. Energy levels are up, as you can probably hear in this video, and I feel sharper than ever. Let's be honest, men need to stay strong, clear-headed, and at their best. No one's coming to save us. That means training hard, building endurance, fueling our bodies right, and making smart supplement choices. So here's what I worked out for you. My guys at Black Forest Supplements are going to hook you up with a whopping 40% off for the next 48 hours. But this stuff always sells out, so do not wait. 40% for the next 48 hours. Just hit up the link in the pinned comment or description to stock up before it's gone. All right, guys, thank you to Black Forest Supplements again. Love their stuff. It makes me feel real good when I make these videos, let me tell you. But someone who's not feeling good are probably the Activision suit and tie narcissists that run the show over there, because they said this about 3 days ago now, and they are currently eating humble pie. Check this out. Activision executives reportedly aren't too worried about Battlefield 6 as they believe Call of Duty is too big to fail. Activision reportedly has next 4 annual Call of Duty titles in the works. 4 more years of this AI slop military Madden. We're going to advertise our games to the dumbest motherfuckers and children. Take your AI agents, take your devs that are not talented and were, diversity hires, and shove them up your fucking ass because you're currently eating shit, you egomaniacal, narcissistic psychopaths. Let's just compare the Call of Duty player counts, and they just launched a new season, and keep in mind, and this is Black Ops 6, like the most played Call of Duty of all time, twice removed on Mars, or whatever stupid garbage they tout every single year, and Warzone. Keep in mind, and every mode within that. So it's not just multiplayer, it's single player, it's zombies, it's all that stuff. Let me just show you that right now. They're struggling to break 60,000 concurrent players, and they just dropped a new season. And this is, again, 2 games in 1. Now, if you want to compare it apples to apples, Call of Duty has an all-time peak on Steam charts of about 488,000. Some people report 491,000. And this is when Warzone 2 launched, which was the biggest launch in Call of Duty history, if I'm being completely honest, as well as Modern Warfare 2, which, again, one of the biggest launches in Call of Duty history. Both of those combined got about 491,000, 488,000 concurrent players. Just take a look at this from Charlie Intel, okay? Battlefield 6 Open Beta has now reached a new peak of 520,000 players on Steam, beating the highest peak Call of Duty has had on Steam of 491,000. They not only broke Call of Duty's record here, but they broke it with one thing on a beta. This is not counting single player metrics. It's not multiple games in one hub. It's not a free to play entire battle royale experience. It is simply an open beta for Battlefield 6 multiplayer. That is it. I have been covering FPS and video games for a long time, and I have never seen hype like this before for a video game. I just have not. EA, you have like a layup here. You have the easiest year of your life to take disgruntled, angry players from Call of Duty and show them what a good FPS actually is. Really think about this, guys. I'm not making this up. I'm not skewing this at all. And you can't even use the whole thing, well, Call of Duty players are on Battle.net when it's on PC and Game Pass and stuff like that. Battlefield 6 could be played on EA's launcher as well as the Epic Games Store as well. And you could do that, as of yesterday. So this is just Steam, and they have beaten out 2 full-fledged games combined on just their fucking beta. I mean, I'm sorry, but too big to fail? Too big to fail when you do fail. Every one of us, all of us disgruntled FPS players that you shit on for the past 6 years are going to write, I thought you were too big to fail on every single cringy, stupid piece of garbage bundle and event and game and mode that you post to your dying social media. I get more views than these motherfuckers right now. Do you realize that? And it's not by accident. I don't do anything to game algorithms. I just sit up here. I don't even put my stupid fucking O face on my thumbnails. I don't. I simply make a fairly basic thumbnail, a fairly basic eye-catching title, and then I speak the fucking truth. And that's something you people over there at Activision Blizzard can't seem to do. Trust once lost is incredibly hard to get back. Incredibly hard to get back. And even if they right their wrongs, I am sorry, I don't buy it, because there's nothing stopping you from doing what you've done for the past 6 years. Again, you could come out tomorrow and say you're sorry for how you treated us, and you could give us a completely new experience. You could give Black Ops 7 away for free. I still wouldn't trust you. You have lied on record continuously, and I have covered it every step of the way on this channel. The lies have caught up to you finally, and you are failing before our very eyes. If these out-of-touch individuals at Activision Blizzard think that Black Ops 7 is going to do well, Modern Warfare 3 didn't do well. And that was a fancy DLC to a sequel that was universally hated. Black Ops 6 was their last chance, and I have never seen a game get so much hate after it's come out and saw so many people just dip out as I had before with Black Ops 6 as far as Call of Duty is concerned. Maybe back when Ghost was a thing, but honestly, when Ghost was a thing, at the very least, COD players had something to go back to in the form of Black Ops 2, which is the best game of the series. We don't have that now. We have a relatively mid experience with Modern Warfare 3 and Cold War if you want a half-decent playable Call of Duty game. But those don't hold a candle to the stuff they were releasing 10, 15 years ago, That's not the only thing Battlefield 6 has embarrassed Call of Duty on. Check this out. On Insider Gaming, this was reported. Battlefield 6 has beaten almost every Call of Duty game ever made on Twitch. If we look at the actual article here, Battlefield 6 has 844,000 live viewers peak over the beta weekend here. The only thing beating it was the OG Call of Duty Warzone. Guess what, guys? Guess what? Battlefield 6 hasn't even revealed their Battle Royale yet. I just don't see a world where Call of Duty cannot be worried about this, okay? Some more embarrassing things. Let me just rapid fire these off here. Former Blizzard president says Battlefield 6 will boot stomp COD this year. We'll all get better FPS games for it. He goes on to say, COD has gone downhill for years since then. It's a mess. Cheating, heavy UI/install, rainbow colors. People are sick of it. Luckily, BF will force them to change. And probably the best news of all. This is probably the best of all right here. Battlefield 6 is currently the top seller for pre-orders on Steam's top seller list here. Now, usually when a new Call of Duty season comes out, we'll see not only Call of Duty being in the top seller list on Steam, but also that fucking cancer that is their stupid Black Cell Battle Pass. Well, take a look at this list here, viewer. Do you see Call of Duty or their cringy Black Cell Battle Pass anywhere to be found, at least in the top 10, top 15 here? Fuck no. We have to go down all the way to spot 25 and then 28 to find the Black Cell Battle Pass. It's like the world is healing here. Call of Duty can't even break the top 10 with their stupid manipulation anymore. I don't think people are getting smarter. I think Call of Duty players overall are pretty fucking stupid. But I think that the ones that just held on and kept giving them chance after chance to fix things have finally given up. And the only people still buying Black Cell and still playing Call of Duty are just brainlets. That's all they have left. Everyone that has any sort of tact and wants a game that is a hollow shell disguising itself as an FPS when really it's just a storefront, all those people have said enough is enough. If they have it left for Siege, if they have it left for Delta Force, they are leaving now for Battlefield 6. It's over. We're only going to get stronger as far as FPS competition goes. As I said, we're getting Arc Raiders, we're getting Marathon potentially, although I don't have much faith in that. And I mean, as far as I know, the next Halo game is going to be on Unreal Engine. If that's actually developed by competent people, I don't see how Call of Duty survives. And I get that, ironically, Halo is on the same team as Call of Duty. But how crazy is it that we haven't had a Master Chief skin in Call of Duty, but we have Stan fucking Smith and potheads and lizards and wizards and Jay and Silent Bob dressed like two PDF files at the public park? How is it that we haven't got these cool crossovers? Instead, we get Beavis and Butthead and other trash. What's next? Teletubbies, Barney, and Jeffrey Epstein? Get this shit out of here! Like, it's over. I'm sorry, but it's over. Too big to fail, my hairy ass. I'm out of time, though, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Rate, comment, and subscribe. If you did, ring that notification bell. And I look forward to playing more of the Battlefield 6 beta this weekend. Too big to fail. Too big to fail, by the way. Call of Duty Too Big to Fail. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.